Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Charles in Charge Cowboy Sports Report. It is December 19th, about 6 p.m. Central Time, my time. I've had 24 hours to get over that overtime loss that was just ridiculous against Jacksonville. And the way it ended on a 3rd and 4 pass to Noah Brown, where Noah Brown just says, "I don't want the ball here, you take it, Jenkins," and just gave him a clear path to the end zone. No. The game should have never went to overtime, as we know that. It was under 2 minutes left. They're down 3. Trevor Lawrence is scrambling. Curse knocks the ball out. Parsons recovers. The game should be over right there. We should be able to get a first down. If not, drain all their timeouts and punt it and pin them deep in their own territory. On 3rd and 10, of all the receivers to go to, we go deep to Noah Brown. With 3 running plays, with Pollard, Zeke, even Malik Davis, and Dak, run 2 out of the 3 plays, run RPOs. Dak has to use his legs. And now, being that we've lost that game, only way to get the 1 seed is if we went out and lose out. Now, reports coming out, Jalen Hurts will most likely miss the next 2 games with a sprained shoulder. That's what makes this loss against Jacksonville even worse. Christmas Eve, he will not play. So we'll play against Gardner Minshew and the Eagles offense. And then the following week, we got Tennessee Thursday night. The Eagles have the Saints at home. And the Saints are fighting to win the South. It's a 4-team race for the NFC South. I believe Tampa is on top with 6 wins, and the other 3 teams have 5 wins: Atlanta, Carolina, and New Orleans. So if we beat the Eagles Christmas Eve, we beat Tennessee, and the Eagles lose to the Saints, because just say Gardner Minshew gives the ball to the Saints defense a few times. Saints have a good defense. In week 18, the Eagles are 13-3 and we're 12-4. We have to play that week 18 game all the way. Unlike if we were just locked into the 5 seed, week 18, we could treat it as a bye week, rest our guys, and get them ready for the wild card round. That makes the Green Bay overtime loss and this Jacksonville overtime loss 2 blown, 14-point blown lead and a 17-point blown lead, even that much worse. So after Anthony Brown goes down, Kelvin Joseph is the next man up. If I can see that Kelvin Joseph is hot garbage, how can Al Harris and the coaches not see it? Kelvin Joseph was the reason Jacksonville started to come back. He gave them that big touchdown pass to Zay Jones where he got beat on a double move. And then on Jacksonville's second touchdown, 3rd and goal from the 10, they just throw it to whoever number 1's guarding. Whoever Kelvin Joseph is guarding, throw it to that guy, because he'll probably be open. And he was. It was so bad that towards the end of the game, they benched Joseph for Nashawn Wright. I don't get it. I know Trayvon Mullins, we just acquired him. I know Mackenzie Alexander and Kendall Sheffield are more slot corners. But even though they're slot corners, I'm sure they can play the outside better than Boss Man Fat, wannabe gangster rapper. He has no business being on this roster. Or, I mean, he's good for at least one flag a game on special teams, and he can't cover anybody. He couldn't cover no-name receivers against Houston. He couldn't cover Zay Jones. So if you're in the playoffs and you're playing Tampa Bay and he's one-on-one against Chris Godwin, or you're playing Minnesota and he's one-on-one against Adam Thielen, what do you think is going to happen? He's going to get eaten alive. So we need to fast-track Trayvon Mullins to cornerback 2, because I know that he is better than Kelvin Joseph. That's just a fact. We will get better play out of him than Kelvin Joseph by a long shot. And with the offensive line, I know Tyler Smith has exceeded expectations at left tackle as a rookie. Tyron Smith is back. You want Dak's blind side to be protected. Put Tyron Smith where he belongs. Tyler Smith was slated to play left guard before the season started, as it was. So put Ty Smith at left tackle. Move Tyler to left guard where he'll get less penalties. He's the most penalized tackle in the league. Put him at left guard. And put Jason Peters at right tackle. He could hold that spot down for the next 3 regular season games and throughout the playoffs. That's 3 future Hall of Famers you have on the offensive line right there with a really good rookie at left guard and a center that's coming up in Biadash. This rotating shit that we do. Last season, we were rotating Connor Williams and Connor McGovern at left guard. And yesterday, we're rotating Ty Smith and Jason Peters at right tackle. That doesn't work. You need continuity on an offensive line. Pick the best 5, put them out there, let them start. Leighton Vander Esch went down in the first series. We thought it was a serious neck injury. It's a stinger. He'll probably be out till the playoffs. Him and Hankins will be back for the playoffs. The number 1 seed is still in contention if Hurts is out for the next 2 weeks. We beat them Christmas Eve with Gardner Minshew at quarterback. If Dak Prescott doesn't just give him the ball 3 or 4 times, because he's got, 9 picks in the last 8 games? No, he's got 11. He's got 11 interceptions since he's come back from the thumb injury. He had 10 all last season. So it looks like Prescott has regressed. I don't know why or how. I know we're averaging 35 a game. But if you're giving the other team the ball twice a game, that 35 points don't really bode that well. Because when you're playing a team that's decent, like Jacksonville or Green Bay, and not total garbage like Houston or Indy, and, it almost cost us against Houston. I know Houston took Kansas City into overtime yesterday, and Eagles had some trouble with the Bears. But Dak Prescott, you got to quit pressing the issue when you don't have to. If we're up by 10 points, don't try to make a throw that you can't make and throw it 10 yards over Dalton Schultz's head right into the Jaguar safety's breadbasket. I mean, it's to the point now where Dak is averaging 2 picks a game almost. It's ridiculous. The defense got, 3 turnovers? I mean, that should be enough to win the game. And to go into overtime and lose the way we did. Our defense holds them to a 3 and out. We get the ball. All we need is a field goal to win the game. Dak, on 3rd and 4, scramble, use your legs. You're not Troy, you're not Tony. You're not Roger. Man, you're not a precision passer, you're a great game manager. So Christmas Eve, Gardner Minshew-led Eagles will come to AT&T Stadium. We should have won that game. If we don't, we got serious problems. We should win that game. And then we have a short week going to Tennessee. We should beat Tennessee because they're crumbling right before everybody's eyes. And if the Saints beat Philly that weekend, and they're 13-3, and we're 12-4 going into Week 18, and Jalen Hurts is not 100%, his throwing shoulder is not 100%, and the Giants are fighting to stay. Just say it's Week 18 and they're 13-3, we're 12-4, and Philly is playing a Giants team where the Giants win and get in. They got nothing to lose, everything to gain. That's a very dangerous Giants team to play right there. And we got Washington. We can handle Washington. We can handle our division foes. Then that means that we got to play Week 18, hoping that the Eagles fall to the Giants. And if they don't, then none of our guys get rest. I would rather us know we have the 5 seed and no chance of getting the 1 seed. So Week 18, we can treat it as a bye week like we did in 2018, basically. Rest all the key players. They don't have to practice Week 18. They don't play Week 18. And then they practice wild card weekend and get ready to roll for the playoffs. But I just wonder how serious this Jalen Hurts sprained throwing shoulder is. And if it's more serious than they're letting on, then this division race might not be over. Especially if we can get Trayvon Mullins to play at cornerback too. Get Jake Ferguson back because he has been sorely missed the last 2 games. Jake Ferguson is a playmaker for this offense. He really is. And hopefully we see T.Y. on Christmas Eve. We could have really used him against Jacksonville. We should have signed him weeks ago. So, I didn't know. I mean, I saw Jalen get popped against Chicago and go down awkwardly. I didn't know he was injured. I just now heard that he has a sprained throwing shoulder. So, I mean, the chances aren't good, but the NFC East race is not over. It's not over at all. And if our team has any fight in it, we have a shot to still get the 1 seed. If Week 18, they're 13-3 and we're 12-4, we have to beat them Christmas Eve. And then 4 days later, we got to go to Tennessee and beat them on the road in Nashville. And after that, we get to watch the Eagles play the weekend. And if they lose to the Saints, then all bets are off. Week 18, it is going to be very interesting. Now, if the Eagles do beat the Saints the following week, then Week 18, we rest our guys. We treat it like a bye week. That would be the smart thing to do. Because guys like Micah Parsons and company look like they could use a week off. And you saw what we looked like after we had a bye week. Came out to Minnesota and blew the doors off. So a week off could help. So either we take a bye week, Week 18, or we take a bye week getting the number 1 seed. If the Eagles were to lose out. And if Jalen Hurts doesn't play the next 2 games and is not close to 100% Week 18, there's a good shot. I mean, I see a 50-50 shot that the number 1 seed and the NFC East crown is still in the air. Wouldn't that be something if we still win the East? But we need Minnesota to lose 1 more, though. Because they only have 3 losses. They got the Giants, and then I don't know who the next 2 opponents are. But, yeah, Minnesota would have to lose 1 more also. Can't believe they came back against the Colts down 33. But we got to secure that number 2 cornerback spot for sure. Figure out what the hell we want to do with our offensive line. Put the best 5 out there. Don't be stupid. And Dak, quit trying to act like you're Dan Marino, because you're not. Be a great game manager. And let's run the rock like we do. Control time of possession and win the turnover battle. That's about it for this episode. Please subscribe, like, and share if you're watching this video and have not subscribed. Please do. My first goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. 4,000 watch hours, therefore I can start doing live shows, and my live shows will be live, if you know what I mean. I'll have a call-in line, a Zoom-in line, so y'all can call in, tell me, agree with me, disagree with me, or we can just chop it up about the passion we share, the Star. Yesterday's loss was unacceptable. We cannot have a game like that again. Blow a 17-point lead in the second half. That is complete BS. But it started with Kelvin Joseph. I knew he was a cancer. He is not a pro cornerback. He wants to be a rapper. Let him go to the studio. He shouldn't even be on the team. And I told Law Nation that last week, and he was like, no, we should give the brother a chance, see what he's got. We know what he's got. Nothing. He's a bum in the NFL. Hell, I might say Nashawn Wright might be better than he is. And Nashawn Wright got burnt all preseason. So either Trayvon Mullins, Mackenzie Alexander, and Kendall Sheffield, one of those 3 guys better be manning the other side of the field opposite Trayvon Diggs. Because Kelvin Joseph will be the end of us. That's it for this episode, guys. Keep God first and foremost. He comes before everything, even this. Seek him in his righteousness, guys, and everything else will fall into place. I'm living testimony of that. But that's it for this episode. I will hit y'all guys up towards the end of the week whenever more news comes out. Maybe this shoulder sprain is more serious than they're letting on, to be. You know how teams kind of, underplay or overplay injuries. So we'll see where Jalen Hurts is at. In the next 3 weeks. So the chips will fall where they will fall. And if we wind up getting that 1 seed, that would be something else, man. But that's it for this episode, guys. Charles in Charge is out. I will catch y'all later on in the week. Y'all have a good one. Deuce.